Thank you again for coming to Williamsburg. It's an annual ritual, but I think it should not be looked at that. I believe it is something very important. I keep on saying that. You all know the schedule. It's good to rehearse a little bit, but you all know it. You get it from different sources. However, you know it, and therefore, that alone should not be the reason for the The important reason is because we feel it's extremely important that leaders in the community, representatives of the congregation, the larger congregations and institutions, should have the opportunity to directly interact with you, bring issues to you. So tomorrow when there is an issue, or you have an issue, both of you can interact directly and speak to each other and that resolve issues much faster. That's issue number one. And I think it's also important, the community policing, when you come down to the community and you are with us, and that shows both respect to the community, and also they see, the community sees that the police department is a presence not only when they come down to scene of crime, but are involved in the community, and you should not be afraid when you see a police officer. I think last year or 2 years ago, Rabbi Schwartz from the Pupa community, Rabbi Weber, were relaying what it meant for them in Eastern Europe when they saw a police officer. They knew police officer is here, they go to hiding. Here is just the opposite. When they're here, we know we are safe, and that is a blessing. So thank you for coming, and I would please, just for the purpose that, again, connecting, we should please introduce ourselves so that we know who we are. On my right, we would not have this combination, which is the mayor's office, representative here, the fire department, the police department, the sanitation department, and plus the important organizations that play such an important role in daily lives, and that is the Hatzalah and the Shomrim, and of course the leaders of the community congregations and the institutions and the schools. How would we be able to interact and deal with issues if not for this close cooperation and cooperation? And I want to take this opportunity to thank three people. We have somebody new at the table, and that is Richard Drucker. Richard is the executive vice president of the Brooklyn Navy Yard Development Corporation, and a place where Assistant Commissioner Fred Kreisman and myself are board members, and we are fortunate that we have such a leadership at the Brooklyn Navy Yard, which is thriving. I know the mayor is putting in more and more money, as well as the state, and is really the beacon of hope for small businesses and now for larger businesses to launch their businesses and employ local community people.
Uniform patrol duties in the 90th precinct. I'm confident that because of the additional resources, that crime, we will suppress crime. And I want to just thank Chief Nelson, Borough Commander, who's here for making that happen. Thank you, Chief. That said, I'll just sum this up and I'll answer anyone's questions I can, if you would like. Just to talk about 2011, since these incidents occurred in 2011, knock on wood, fortunately there have not been any. There have been zero similar hate crimes perpetrated in the 90th precinct. Matter of fact, for the year to date, we have two anti-Semitic crimes committed in the precinct. They're both graffiti. They're graffiti related. We don't have any physicality or any physical assaults or robberies, which is what we've taken. So, that said, Rabbi, thank you again for your support. Thank you for your help. And again, Sean, our plan, in which we usually go with or utilize, is successful. I'm not aware of any negative incidents that have occurred, at least in my tenure, which is this will be the third year, my third Passover, which is a good thing. Comfortable, I know what the holiday is about.
You have matzah now. Matzah for
I
the
know
family.
I can open up a matzah store on any street in Williamsburg and put it down. So I know what the holiday is about, and the police officers have been spoken to. They're continuously being trained. The 90th precinct is committed to ensuring that we police the neighborhood of Williamsburg as best as we can. It's our goal to provide a safe environment for anyone walking through or driving through the neighborhood of Williamsburg. You're going to see an increased uniform presence in front of synagogues or other houses of worship or other sensitive locations. In addition to that, we're going to supplement that with plainclothes patrols, as well as, I know, borough units and outside resources, which we heard in headquarters. The police commissioner spoke yesterday about these Hercules teams and these critical response vehicle teams. And this is stuff that we have done. It's proven successful. We're going to continue to do. And again, Rabbi, we are committed as an agency, or certainly as the 90th precinct, to ensuring the safest Passover we can. Okay?
Thank you very much. I would now ask Assistant Commissioner Fred Kreisman to please address us.
First of all, I want to thank the UJO for hosting this meeting and for Rabbi Niederman's work in the community to ensure the best services in this neighborhood. The mayor's office, we only can do as much as our community partners, working with our community partners. So first off, I want to start off by thanking Chief Nelson from the police department, Chief Doyle from the sanitation, Chief Leonard from the fire department, because calling the mayor's office just is a call to these guys. And if you look at the command in these different agencies, they really come out of Brooklyn North, and I know, you have former chief of department to the fire department at Kilgrove, a chief of department who was in the 9-0 from the police.
And last but not least, my good friend Rabbi Menzer, who we had very close friendship and brothership and working together at the Pataki administration. And I want to thank you, Rabbi Menzer, for your work and for your help and your friendship. Myself and Rabbi Niederman, I would say, is still young, because if you see these great leaders, Rabbi Weber, Rabbi Schwartz, and Rabbi Perlstein, Rabbi Kahn, who are the leaders of the largest synagogues and yeshivas in the entire world. We're not talking about only Williamsburg, we're representing all these yeshivas and synagogues in the entire world, Israel and in Europe and all over. We feel like little children. And they are the people who we respect, and we look up at them and know how to continue doing for the greater New York. I also have to mention my good friend Joe Lentil. He does have white hair, but we are going way, way back before his bar mitzvah yet. And I think I was there. And I want to thank you for your friendship and your leadership, and thanks for the nice comments. I would worry a little bit about Inspector Kemper today, and I think Chief Nelson, you should worry, because he is sitting on the dais, and everybody else is sitting in the side. And something is going on here. He's chairing the event today, and you were called Deputy Chief. So something is cooking. You should look into that whole situation. You got to watch that.
It's been noticed.
Definitely, you have to watch that. But he's a rising star. And so are the others here and from the other precincts. And I just want to echo these words of Rabbi Niederman and Joe Lentil and Commissioner Kreisman here and all the other leaders, and wish everybody a very happy Passover and with health and happiness. Thank you.
The senior leaders, and they are here to show support and to thank the police department and other agencies for their wonderful work throughout the year. We had a few issues the past few months. Unfortunately, as Inspector Kemper said, we had the issues of hate crime that we saw in the end of 2010 really people got nervous in the community. People started making phone calls. They were asking, how's this going to end? Inspector Kemper right away took a handle of it, did an emergency meeting with the key people in the community, all the liaisons, of course, my colleagues. I see Abe Lichtenstein from the 7-9 precinct, Simcha, and of course the Atzala, the Shamram, and everybody got a phone call to come to the office and address the issue of hate crime. He said, I can assure you that I will do everything in my power, and so will the leadership of the police department, to make sure that hate crime does not exist in this community. Rabbi Niederman and, of course, other people were flooded with phone calls by community people from Holocaust survivors and other people starting to get nervous. What is this all about, and why is this happening? And I must say, under the leadership of the chief in Brooklyn North, Chief Nelson, who we have here today, was a great example how they have acted immediately and addressed the issues. And of course, you deserve a round of applause for that. I also want to thank, we had a fundraiser for the Southern community, which was held in the 9-4 precinct. Again, as you know, you get a CO in the precinct, and once he gets familiar with all the aspects in the precinct, and before you know it, you have a new CO. And the new CO just began a couple weeks right before the major fundraiser that was held in the 9-4 precinct, when we had over 10,000 participants from all ages, and I must say he handled it unbelievable. It was a Saturday night. Inspector Horson, thank you very much for your help. I also want to, of course, welcome the newest addition, so to speak, in Brooklyn North. We have been fortunate to have great leaders, and to the newest addition is Chief Eunuch, who's just joined the Brooklyn North a few months ago as the executive officer. We want to wish him well. Before I conclude, you know that it's all teamwork. Without working one together with the other leaders, nothing can be accomplished. So I really want to thank my colleagues here and leaders for their work, working with me, working under the leadership with Chief Banks' office that runs community affairs and is an example. He took over Chief Ziegler and showed what community affairs is all about. People ask me all the time, what do you learn throughout the years by dealing with the NYPD? And my answer is very simple. The backbone of the precinct is community affairs. I want to thank Detective Roman and Bruno Vidal, who's is not here today, but other people that it's an unbelievable relationship that we have with all the precincts, not only the 9-0, but the 7-9, Inspector Bartosik, and the 8-8, and others. Community affairs is an example of community and police department working together under the leadership of Chief Banks. I also want to welcome Inspector Caban for joining Brooklyn North and being always there for the community. And with that, I will include Rabbi Niederman, my mentor. Sunday, I always go to these food distributions and try to help out as much as possible. And being on the street, you can see, but it's unbelievable how year after year, you see the UJO distributing food. You see kids coming out and real poor families, and this is what UJO is all about. Going out to the street, especially before a Passover holiday, and making sure that families in need have literally what to eat on their table. So I commend you, Rabbi Niederman. I want to wish you many years of being here and being able to serve the community in good health.